Hello, welcome to More Faith with Kisha. My first name is Kisha and my last name is Moore. And on this channel, we talk all things, most things faith. I love to give my faith testimonies to motivate, inspire, and to encourage you to keep the faith in your dreams, in your goals, in your purpose, and most importantly, to keep the faith in God so that all those things can happen. All right, so I want to talk about, are you ready for the call? What is the call? The call to ministry, the call to purpose, the call to whatever God has created you to be. Are you ready for it? A lot of times, people, you look at the ministers who have these large followings, the mega churches, you look at the prophetess on TV prophesying to like all these millions of people. You look at the poets, you watch them on TV, poetry, God poetry, or whatever it is, speaking to all these people. But are you ready for it? There's a lot of things that happens when you start following the Lord. Let me use myself for an example. I know that God has called me to ministry. And for years, I knew God called me to ministry, even as a little girl, but I just didn't see the manifestation of that in my life. With everything that was around me, I just didn't see it. Like, we went to church on Sundays. Besides going to church on Sundays, we didn't really pray. We didn't read the Bible. We didn't go to Bible study. So none of that, but it was just something in me that I knew God called me to ministry. And I went through a whole transition where I was going to church, stopped going to church, going to church, stopped going to church. So it was kind of like a back and forth. Basically, I was a lukewarm Christian. I knew God. I was going to church when I was, but I was not walking with the Lord. I was living with my boyfriends sometimes. I was a fornicator. I used to drink here and there. I used to smoke sometimes. I used to have a bad mouth. I cursed so much and I used profanity. It was like really bad. But all of those things, God delivered me from that. He renewed my mind. He cleansed my soul. So I am not the same person that I was before because God is preparing me for ministry and I'm ready for the call and I'm in the process of it. But when you get ready and you start to change your life, you better be ready for friends to talk about you, friends to stop speaking to you, family members to have something to say, family members to take one thing that you did wrong and now they don't want to talk to you, persecution, whatever it is. Like, you have to be ready for that. You have to be ready to understand that it may be just you and God for a season. And I've been in that season for a while where it was mainly just me and God. But I want God so much that whoever else leaves my life, I have to be okay with that. Because as long as I have God, I have everything that I need, right? So there are a lot of things that come with that, and a lot of people say that they want it. And what I'm seeing also, some who are currently in ministry, and when you kind of see that they start, dipping and dabbling back in their old ways, or they're being led astray or leading other people astray because they're people pleasers. They want to please other people. When people don't like them or people don't want to talk to them, they cannot handle that. They want to fit in. So you have to be willing to not fit into the crowd, right? You can't get into the kingdom of heaven if you want to be pleasing the world. What does it profit a man to gain the world but lose his soul? And we see it in ministry. So one of the things I pray for myself about, I'm like, God, before you launch me into full-time ministry, prepare me. Prepare me for the call. Show me the areas in my life that I need to correct now so that I can be ready. Anybody who can't come with me, anybody who's not supposed to be there, God, let them go. Right? Because they'll just be a stumbling block anyway. But then I'll also pray, when you, while I'm on this journey, God, send godly people in my life. Godly people that will encourage and motivate me to do the things that are of God. Godly people who will not try to persuade me to go back to the Kisha that I used to be. Send me godly people that is going to tell me the truth about myself, even when it hurts. If it's the truth, because they love me enough, right? They care about my soul enough. They care about my purpose enough that they would tell me the truth. Do you have a person in your life that's going to tell you the truth about yourself? Or do you have people around you that is encouraging bad behavior, telling you everything because you're the life of the party and they just love hanging around you? But at night when you go home and you're sad and you're in the bed crying, you don't have any of those people. But you have God. So I want you to know that you have God. Even when you feel like you have no one, you do have God. Right? So when you say that you're ready for the call, are you really ready? Understand that there are going to be obstacles that comes with it. Understand that people will try to remind you of your past. Understand that people will try to bring up the past. Understand that the enemy is going to try to get in your head and tell you that you're not good enough and you're not qualified because of the things that you did in your past. Be committed to God. So committed to God that you're willing to let everybody else go who is not supposed to be on the journey. But I guarantee you, God is going to send people along the way. Even if it's one person. If you have one quality friend, it's better than 10 fake friends. So I got a little passionate there, right? Just want to keep it real because that's where I am right now, where God has just started just like revealing people. I'm like, dang, like you too? Like, dang, you too? Like, oh, I said that. Now I'm just a horrible person. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm good because I have God and I understand my purpose. And no one can take the purpose away from me that God has given me. We all have a purpose in life. And everyone is not attached to that purpose. And everyone should not be attached to you. So I want to encourage you to, if you know that you are called to ministry on any level, it's not just a church, right? It could be evangelizing. It could be YouTube. It could be, a coach, whatever it is on any level, and you're completely submitted to God, just get ready for what comes with it. But do not be discouraged because God has you. He has your back. And if he called you to it, right, he's going to keep you. All right. So I just want to say, stay encouraged, stay motivated. If God called you to ministry, get ready for the call. Don't get discouraged. Pray, fast, seek the Lord like you never have in your entire life. And only good things are going to happen. All righty. Bye.